Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. So today we want to put in a ribbon drive over to our composted manure pile. So I've got another load of gravel coming from Mike and let's check it out. Hey Mike, how's it going, buddy? Good. All right. Yeah, honestly.
I'd be in heaven up here.
Yeah, it's all nice. I do love it. All right, appreciate it. That's good. That is a mountain of gravel, isn't it? All right. Well, hey, thanks a lot, Mike.
You have a good day.
All right, you too. Take care, buddy. Be safe. So here is our pile, and this is 7s. Honestly, to me, it doesn't look much different than those 5s that we just put down. Maybe it's a little bit smaller material. That's what it's supposed to be, it's a little bit smaller. They're supposed to be 3/4 inch, where the 5s were 1 inch. And I'll tell you what, I don't see much dust in that either. That was the reason Bill didn't want to go with 7s originally, was he was afraid of it have too much dust in it. That's some good looking gravel, and it's a big old pile. Okay, so here's our driveway, which is the old asphalt millings. And then coming off of it is this ribbon driveway lane that goes over to our manure pile. And Bill likes this to stay looking, you know, country-like or whatever. And like I said, I see that now in the landscape design, ribbon driveways are starting to be all the rage again. When I was a kid, everybody had them because we couldn't afford enough gravel to cover the middle strip. But it's 2 ribbons of gravel with about a 3-foot path of grass in between. And this one has been several years since it's been put in or maintained, so it's looking a little rough. So since this is our redneck paved driveway, this is going to be our redneck ribbon lane over here. And I haven't done one of these in a long time. And last time I did it, I had an 8-foot wide dump truck. This time I've got a 5-foot wide dump trailer. But I think we can get this to happen. So this is how we're going to do this ribbon driveway redneck style. So we've got all this 7. We've got our Kubota tractor. We've got it hooked up to our dump trailer. And then to spread this dump trailer just has barn style doors on the back. So we made these 2x6s to make this little spreading rig. And I'm not sure how big a gap we need. I've got it set at 1.5 inches, and we'll play with that. If we need to, we'll increase it. But we've just got these boards put on with C-clamps, and there's a C-clamp on each board, so that ought to be plenty strong. Then we've got in the center of it here, we've got a 24-inch wide 2x6 block, and that will stop the gravel from going in the center where we want the grass to grow. And then on each side we've got, I forget what it measured, it was like 18 to 20 inches, something like that on each side. We measured it so it's centered up, but that will let the gravel flow out, we believe. And the nice thing with this dump trailer, it has a very long controller on it. And I've got the controller put up here on the fender, and so I can just spread the gravel from the tractor, and hopefully this will work. So I guess the ribbon driveways are all bougie now, whatever that word is. But anyway, we also call it a country lane, and that's what we're looking for. We just want a cute little country lane out there, and we think this will do it. Okay, and when we're normally using this trailer hooked to a truck, anytime the lights are on, it charges the battery for the dump bed. And I've got this Harbor Freight solar panel that I've got hooked up to it through a charge control. And we're just going to bungee cord that onto the deck lid today so that we get this battery charging the whole time we're using it. Otherwise, we may only get through about half the job. All right, we're going to throw a test scoop in and just see how that spreads. So we're going to load with the T250 and spread with the dump trailer. So that's just one small scoop. We'll fill this trailer up when we actually start doing it, but for a test scoop to see how it spreads, I think that'll work. And that's why we tested it. 1.5 inches is not a big enough gap. I was kind of thinking about that, and Maggie actually said it should go to about a 3-inch gap. So that's what we're going to do now, is raise this board up. Okay, so I got that side free. I'm not sure how much. I'm going to stand back a little bit and I'll take this one off. The nice thing is these C-clamps are plenty strong to hold that on here. All right, so we're gonna raise this up another 1.5 inches anyway. Okay, so when that came back and hit that 1.5 inch hole, it just locked up. So we're gonna make a 3-inch hole for it to flow through, and that ought to be enough. All right, so we've doubled our space. We had an 1.5 inch gap. We now have a full 3-inch gap. Okay, so I'm not saying this is the best way to do this, but it's how we're doing it.
It's effective.
It is
all
effective.
that matters.
Seems to be anyway. Nice thing is this trailer is built with these big box channels on the end, and it gives you a really good place to lock down a C-clamp. So I've got a C-clamp on both of the 2x6s that make up our tailgate. And then this 2x4 that we just put on here is not got one, but I think it'll be all right. We'll see if this spreads. didn't do too bad. We got a nice little V in the middle. But, I mean, that'll be a nice grass lane, I think.
I think it's gonna be great.
Okay, something I've noticed using this Kubota tractor when I've been using my Coyote so much, this Kubota, you can only get on from the left side of it. And that's kind of inconvenient to me because I work on both sides, in the front and the back of this tractor. But it's because of this loader control. I mean, it blocks this entrance, and of course you've got your trundle switch also. Yeah, I mean, I can't climb through there, so.
I can, but it's narrow.
Yeah, well, and what I'd worry about is if I kept climbing through, I'd break this off or something, so.
Yeah, that'd be bad. But
yeah.
Other than that, it's a great tractor.
Oh, I love it. I mean, everything else fit and finish. I mean, honestly, it's, you know, I like it a little better than my Coyote, but I do like being able to climb on the Coyote from either side.
Exactly. My shadow person says hi. Okay, he's decided to put our brand new camera on this thing next to the gravel. That is a very bold move, Cotton.
We'll see. Okay, that ought to work.
It's
Yeah,
enough
well,
for a first pass.
Exactly. So,
We'll know more in a little bit.
exactly. Let's go see how far we get.
So hopefully you can tell this on camera, but this is the remnants of the country lane that was here before, and that's what we're trying to put the gravel on again.
All right, well, this is where we're going to end this little lane. So this is where we're going to start it, because I don't know how good this is going to look right off the beginning. And so we're going to learn down here, and by the time we get to the end where it comes off the driveway, it should look a lot better. So let's try it out.
Where were you?
I was on the wrong side of the tractor trying to get on it again.
Again?
Well, it seems like I have to do a lot of stuff on that side of this whole thing, so then you got to walk around the entire
So
freaking
what
way.
you're saying is the really hard part is remembering that you have to get on the left side?
I'm not a smart man.
Making a nice trail. Stop him right there. Go get some more gravel.
I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, I think you didn't get it loaded evenly, so
Okay.
I mean that's one thing to know is, but still, I think it's gonna be awesome. I think it looks great.
I mean, I might take a grater blade or something and go down and just kick it, you know, kick this pile to the right or whatever, you know, that way, and that one off that way. Just level it out.
Yeah.
Or I might just leave it and let it sink in.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
I think maybe that's
Leave it, let it drive in on its own.
yeah, because it will. I mean, there was gravel on here.
Obviously, it will sink.
Yeah, and there ain't no gravel on it now that you can see, so. Okay, well, what I'll do is I'll go get another load. Look, the road leans that way too. I think that might be some of why it's had more on the left.
Do you really want commentary on that?
Hey. Okay, let's go get another load. I mean, what, that was one, so probably, you know, five trips?
Yeah, that was 2 scoops, so maybe put 3 in it, but make sure you pull it even side to side and see what happens.
I'll try.
We'll figure it out.
All right, here's the water. Okay, so what I decided while I was filling this, we'll just skip that part. Instead of dumping twice here, we'll just start where it ended, and then I'll run back with a skid steer with a scoop and fill in the gaps.
Oh, okay.
Because otherwise we're gonna have way too much gravel right here on this part.
Alrighty, sounds good.
Of course it does.
Well,
Okay.
we could just have way too much gravel right here and then pick it up with the skid steer and move it.
It's almost impossible to pick it up. It's much easier to drop it down than pick it up.
All right.
Okay, so I'm gonna pull forward just a little bit more, and then you tell me when the goes, don't you?
Okay.
And the red light was the battery light, so I'm not sure
Oh.
what was that about, but it went off. So good.
Well, that's a good thing.
Got a couple rocks in my solar panel, but it didn't break.
Well, that's a good thing.
Huh?
Don't break the solar panel.
No, and I just blew it off, get the dust off of it. So.
Good plan. wind picked up. Look at all the leaves falling. Or at least I hope you guys can see it. It's kind of neat.
sure how much our solar panel's charging with all this dust on it. That ought to be better. What do you think?
I think our road looks really, really good, and there's a couple places to fill in, but
yeah,
this is great, huh?
It was kind of amazing how it ended in the perfect spot.
Yeah, that's
On at least on the right side.
way.
So if you look up a ribbon driveway in a landscape book, this is what you'll find. And I'm really happy with that. And I think Bill's gonna be really happy with that, which is what's the most important for this. Like I said, this is the way he's had it for a long time and the way he wanted it put back. So that's what we did, and I really like it. I got like 3 spots I need to fill in where I ran out of gravel dumping it on like the right side before the left side.
Yeah.
But I'm just gonna grab the skid steer and do that. I'm just amazed and can't get over how nice that looks. So I understand why the bougie people are starting to do ribbon driveways. They look good. And they do use less gravel, and they do add a little bit of green space. So, sounds like a win-win. So I messed up on that last spread. I loaded this wagon just a little bit heavy and a little bit forward, and the hoist wouldn't lift it. What saved me was having the hitch on the 3-point hitch of the tractor. What I did was I just raised that up as high as it would go, which got enough, you know, elevation here that the bed was already partially up, and then that let the weight be back far enough that the hoist was able to pick it up and dump it. I thought I was going to have to go shovel some gravel out of that trailer, and I'm glad I didn't do that, but I'm really glad I didn't tear up my trailer. So if you're doing these DIY jobs, like I said, just be safe while you're doing them. But I mean, that's how you learn this stuff, is just doing it. And obviously, you know, you learn from mistakes as well as from successes. So I think that's going to be a wrap. Maybe I'll drive across it and show it to you or something, but yeah, this looks really good in my opinion. So if you like this content, give us a thumbs up. It absolutely helps our channel, and we also invite you to subscribe to see more. Have a great day and be safe.